The wait is over, the atmospheric river is here, and we have a series of storm systems that we're tracking. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake. Happy Thursday. Let's talk about what our current conditions are looking like, and then we'll walk through hour by hour with all the significant rainfall we're expecting. Live storm tracker radar shows a wall of moisture pushing into the central coast. We're getting indications of yellows and reds in small areas where heavy rainfall is occurring. As far as our rainfall totals, nothing too impressive just yet. We're over 1/10 of an inch here in Santa Barbara and then looking to be traced for the rest of the region. But this is just the taste and teaser. We have a flood watch in effect for all areas, Santa Maria and further to the south. This kicks off at midnight tonight and lasts through Saturday. We're expecting excessive rainfall amounts, which could lead to low-lying creeks and rivers overflowing and pooling and ponding along the roadways. As of 5 p.m., we're already getting CHP indications and reports that smaller roadways are flooding. We're also watching out for winds. We have a wind advisory through 6 p.m., but I wouldn't be surprised if this was extended and expanded to the rest of the region. Watch my future track wind gust modeling. 5:30 p.m., we're getting upwards of 37 mile per hour gusts through Santa Maria. We've already measured in upwards of 45 miles an hour in San Luis Obispo. As we track through 7 p.m., very breezy for the entire area. Of course, high terrain looking to measure in with those 50 mile per hour plus winds out there. As we head through 9 p.m., we're looking at 22 miles an hour in Santa Barbara, quickly jumping up to that 30 mile per hour threshold. Gaviota will be impacted the most, upwards of 40 miles per hour. And then take a look here. This is the storm system crossing over the south-facing coastline early in the morning. 38 mile per hour gusts in Gaviota and Goleta. Let's take a look at our storm timeline because this is our first storm that is occurring as we track through Friday. It's the atmospheric river. We're expecting moderate to high impacts with heavy rainfall, but I want to draw your attention to Saturday. This is the time frame that the National Weather Service is looking at major impacts for Santa Barbara, Ventura, and LA. Here's a look at my future track. 6:30 p.m. spottier showers for northern communities, and then take a look as we track through the overnight hours. Heavy rainfall down through Ojai, Ventura, and even here in Santa Barbara. The overnight hours are when we're going to add a majority of our rainfall rates here. 1 a.m. we're looking to see a lot of those yellows and reds out there, and then as we track through Friday, we'll lighten up a little bit further. We'll get a little bit of some dry weather before Saturday occurs, and this is going to be our next big storm system. So watch here. Saturday early in the morning, our next pulse of moisture for inland areas, but that's not the bulk of the storm. 6:30 in the morning is when we're looking at those major impacts. So tons of yellows and reds out here. Watch as we step through time. The rainfall does not want to give up. This is an all-day system where we're looking at rainfall rates upwards of an inch per hour. So over a long period of time, this is where our flooding concerns are really going to arise. Take a look here. 5:30 p.m. we haven't gotten rid of those yellow indications down through Ventura. Luckily for us, a lot of this moisture does push back out by Sunday about 10:30 in the morning. But if you look at the long-range data, we still have rain chances through Monday, Tuesday, and even all the way through Thursday of next week. The storm door is open, and let's take a look at rain totals because this is going to be quite impressive. So 11 p.m., just over that 3/4 of an inch mark here in Santa Barbara, about 1/2 an inch up in San Luis Obispo. Overnight, some of the heaviest rainfall occurring, jumping us up to 3 inches for the south-facing coastline, and then about 1/2 an inch in Ventura. Similar scenario up in San Luis Obispo. Well, Friday we're not going to see a whole lot, but watch as we step through Saturday. Now these rainfall totals spike. Another 2 to 3 inches expected, and you can see here the south-facing coastline and Ventura will get hit the hardest. Santa Ynez could be seeing upwards of 4 inches of rainfall. And as we track through Sunday, nearing that 6-inch mark. So we're looking at 3 to 4 days of precipitation and significant impacts when it comes to rainfall. National Weather Service is stating at least 3 to 6 inches for most of the coverage zone. And again, those major impacts on Saturday. We even have high surf and again, those strong winds that we're watching out for. So if you can stay inside this weekend, it's highly advised to do so. Keep an eye on roadways. We may see down trees and power lines in some areas, and pooling and ponding very, very likely. Temperatures well below average as a series of these storms keep our conditions well below average. We're looking at some 60s out there, so keep this in mind and of course stay extra safe as you track through our weekend.